After 78 hours, I have finally completed Hollow Knight Silksong after dying to Lace or Lost Lace many times. I have got the ending that I wanted. I like that once you do beat her, when you go back to the home screen, you can see that Hornet's needle and Lace's pin is together, and I would like to think that they're traveling together, and Lace is gonna live a very long life after everything that I've done to save her. Um, I just wanted to make this video going over some enemies that I really didn't like, while the frustration is still fresh. Now, my editing is mediocre, or very basic at best, and all my recorded footage was taken from my Nintendo Switch with the 30-second clipping software that they provide, and I didn't even know they had that until I reached like the very end of the games where I was trying to collect the hearts or the organs to actually get to Lost Lace. So the footage might not be the best. I'm just going to start with the ones that everyone's already talked about many times. The Savage Beastfly is first. Now, I actually enjoyed the Savage Beastfly fights. I think the attacks were fun to dodge, and the only thing that irked me was the mini enemy spawns. But once I figured out they were pretty easy to kill with Deadstorm, or any like soak skill, it got less annoying, and I actually enjoyed it. And this applies to both the initial fight and the second fight down in the deep docks. Next is Morwing. I actually didn't trigger Morwing in the early game. I don't know why it didn't trigger for me, but um, when I ran past Greymore again in the later game, he popped up. And since I already had my needle upgraded and all my traversal abilities, the fight was quite easy. So he didn't bother me. I actually liked his fight too. And now, of course, Growl the Great in the Bottled Water area. A lot of people were already talking about the Bottled Water area, so I had a bunch of spoilers going in, meaning I already knew about the secret bench and the run back. So the run back didn't bother me. Um, the gauntlet for Girl the Great was one out of the only two places that I decided to quit and come back to at a later time. Because I would usually just reattempt it until I finally beat the boss. But I did not want to deal with the gauntlets and those jumping enemies and the muck maggots, so that was when I left, and I think I came back later in the game when I found the Ring of Purity, and at that point I also had the Flintstone tool, so I could do more damage. So when I returned, I managed to beat the gauntlet, and then I beat Girl the Great relatively quickly because of my higher damage. So in the end, those fights generally didn't bother me. It was more so the little enemy spawns. Now, the only other area that I had to quit and come back was a mini gauntlet in the deep docks. And now that I think back on it, I don't think it was long or hard or anything like that, but those damn flint flame flyers. Oh, say that 3 times fast. Those damn flying things. Oh my god, I couldn't see jack shit when their explosives exploded. And I think that gauntlet was in a semi-small room with two of those things, and I remember dying once, going back to reattempt it, and then I got like blinded again. I couldn't see, or I lost track of Hornet, and I was like, damn, yeah, I don't want to deal with them. I was like, it explodes, and I couldn't see, and they don't even get damage from their own explosions. And this was when I was trying to like run away from the explosions before I just like thought about hitting them, and it was not a fun time. I hate these enemies so much. Going back to Biowater, the enemy Stilkin was the major reason why I didn't like Biowater, because it just be popping up and shooting its dart, and somehow that dart will always hit me, or either it hits me during him throwing it, or it hits me during the explosion, and then it just dips back into the muck, and I can't even get a single hit in. So I want it on an extinction list along with that flint flyer. Now, going to the Petrified Ducts, there are two enemies that I really did not enjoy. One is the Spit Squit. And the other one is the Barnack. And the Barnack is just annoying and panic inducing every single time I get caught by it. But the Spit Squid, I think in combination with everything in the Petrified Duck, which is only really the Barnack and that really big moss type bug that screeches and chases you. I think in combination with all that, I want this one extinct too. The next couple aren't as bad, but I just remember not vibing with them. The first one's the Lava Larga. This one was just tedious to kill because I could only get one hit in and then I would have to wait and then have to hit it again. But normally you can just run away from these enemies. You don't really have to kill them, so not that bad. Next is the Driznit and Driznarga. Math is just hard. Claw Maiden. There's actually a way to actually make them extinct, and I did that, and I was watching other players play the High Halls Gauntlet, and then these Claw Maidens would just pop up. But if I had to attempt the High Halls Gauntlet with them popping up, I think I would tweak out. Next, I don't know how to pronounce these, but I'm assuming it's Verdaner and Escalion. I don't know, but these were so fast for no reason, and they would chase you. And once they spot you, they would not stop chasing you, and it's hard to hit them because they're like ninjas. Moving on to bosses I did not enjoy fighting. First is the Brood Mother. I died more times than I would like to admit. Objectively, her attacks are quite simple and easy to dodge, but she gave me quite a difficult time, especially her normal leaping attack. I don't know why, but it would always hit me. Maybe because the area to battle her was small and she spat gunk that would like immobilize you for a little. But I did not like her and not enjoy her fight. Next is the Pale Stag. Man, after running away from those ninja mantis, now I'm chasing this thing back and forth while it's like launching its projectiles at me. I just did not enjoy this fight. Next is the Bell Eater. I was so scared that something happened to my Bell Beast, and I wanted to defeat this thing as soon as possible. I did not enjoy this fight. I basically would have to always like pick the side with the furthest distance from the front end and attack the back end, or I would always get hit with the front end spitting out the multiple projectiles. And it was slow and tedious, and I did not enjoy this fight either. Next is the Pinstress. I wanted to enjoy this fight because I liked the character, but I did not like it. It was not fun to me. She kept flying and it was super hard to hit her. And when I would stagger her, she would just like fall down the mountain. And she made me climb up the mountain. So I don't know. I didn't like her I didn't like the fight with her all too much. Next is Lost Garmond. Man, I was just sad I couldn't save him in the end. And the fight was okay to me. His reach with his weapon is very long. I would dash away thinking I'm safe, and then he would do his thrusting, impaling attack, and it would always hit me. I want to talk about some difficult bosses that I actually enjoyed. So I just wanted to mention them. And these are the only two bosses that took me like 30 plus attempts. I spent very long on these bosses. Versus Carmelita. I enjoyed learning her moveset, and it felt really nice to dodge her attacks, and her gauntlet wasn't too bad either. And it was just nice listening to her opera singing the entire time. So her fight was actually really enjoyable. And of course Lost Lace. Also, it was really satisfying learning her attacks and dodging them, and I just really like Lace and I wanted to save her, so I had motivation for this fight. Plus the music was very good, and overall it was such a good game, very good game. I look forward to whatever Team Cherry will put out in the future. But on another note, I finished Silksong a couple days after Legend ZA came out, so now I'm spending all my time buying clothes.